All right, Pisces, welcome to your weekly horoscope for January 26th through February 1st. My name is Athen. All right, so we have an emphasis, a continued emphasis on your 11th house and 12th house. The 11th house of friends, your community, giving back, whatever it is you've been reflecting here. We've had Mercury retrograde in that 11th. Also the sun there too, expressing yourself, maybe getting amongst friends, enjoying that aspect, learning about it more with Mercury, thinking about your friends perhaps. Um, but maybe how you can be more of service, give back to the community a little bit, be a part of the global shifts that are happening, anything else that might be 11th house related. Now, also your 12th house of spirituality, behind the scenes, your house is Pisces, which is, getting that intuition going, developing that. Also maybe paying attention to dream space and things and having that meditative time and that peace and presence. We've had Venus and Mars there, and those two planets are going to be making some aspects this week. So it starts at the beginning of the week when we have the lunar cycle. The week starts with the first quarter phase of the lunar cycle and it starts to fill up. By the end of the week, we're almost at the full moon. So definitely an energetic week this week, building of energies, and we're going to notice that as the week progresses. And it starts with Mercury retrograde, going back over this position of your chart where it was last week, this Tuesday and Wednesday, but in the retrograde position. So it's about treating this whole process again of these 11th house things in the learning experience, in the learning sort of way. You can find that very exciting too, and also very much assisting you in your life path, because your overall life path this year has been about developing relationships. The North Node is in your 7th house, will continue to be there all year. And it's about cultivating them, connecting more, perhaps making, in this sense, making more friends. It might be a possibility, but it's just improving, just overall allowing that part of your life to flourish. And with Virgo, it is very much about improving that part of your life as well. But in either case, just focusing on perhaps friends or the community stuff, being of service is definitely going to facilitate you. Nonetheless, it's an easy aspect, so you can choose or choose not to do it, but it would definitely be a good time to do that Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, Thursday and Friday, we've got a sort of shifting of energy. We've got Venus squaring up to Saturn, which is involving your 12th and your 9th house. Saturn's been in your 9th house of expansion, life path. You guys are definitely taking the disciplined approach to your life path, your higher connections, your philosophy, all these 9th house related things. And so with Venus in the 12th, it's just seeing how, maybe your philosophy and your spiritual studies, if for those of you who are doing those, is in link with the present moment. And you have this sort of flow here. You want to bring these two elements together with the square energy, and that's going to help construct it, turn it into a constructive sort of energy. Saturn is going to essentially be helping you get disciplined with your spirituality, with these behind the scenes activities, with your meditative time, alone time, what have you, to help you understand more perhaps about this, the spiritual side of life, but also, in terms of your philosophy, because you guys are learning more about that. But in either case, taking that disciplined approach to what you would call behind the scenes or spiritual matters is definitely a good, focus this week, especially around this Thursday and Friday time period. Also in terms of relationships, because it is involving Venus, your guys' relationships are overall getting deeper. There's a spiritual presence. It's an enjoyment of Venus in the 12th house, of enjoying the simple elements of relationships. So, and maybe even relaxing there too with friends as well as a possibility. So it's seeing, with Saturn here, it's about seeing the humanness in our relationships and treating our relationships in that very mature and grounded way. Now, also Thursday and Friday, which is an important aspect, is we've got Mars sextiling up to Pluto, which is now forming this nice aspect to this whole Pluto energy with the North nodes and everything. So this is a good energy of our life path. And with Mars in that 12th house, again, it's maybe working behind the scenes, having that presence and peace and compassion in what you're doing. So whatever it is, definitely energetic time Thursday, Friday to put into these 12th house things. You'll find it very flowing, but again, it's an easy aspect, so you can choose or choose not to do that. But I would definitely recommend that you do, obviously. Now we have Mercury going over the Sun in that 11th house here on Friday. So definitely some awareness, definitely some passion. You guys are expressing yourself in terms of your ideals, what's important to you, perhaps again with friends and these sorts of maybe groups or group activities, or in the community in some way. And this Thursday, Friday, mostly Friday time period, it's definitely a clarity of understanding here in regards to what is your ideals, and maybe a shifting point too in terms of maybe if you guys have been putting in this energy with the Mercury retrograde with the groups or friends or what have you, can definitely be a time around Friday of really enjoying that, seeing that with that passion of the sun. Now Saturday and Sunday we have Venus conjuncting up to Neptune, also Mars conjuncting up to Chiron, and the Sun trining up to the North Node. So it's a sort of mixed bag energy. In terms of this Mars energy, is perhaps feeling quite healed. For those of you who've been putting energy into your 12th house matters, behind the scenes, spirituality, and there's just this overall feeling good about it with Chiron there, and maybe even a boost of confidence too, because Chiron heals, and with Mars, it's healing our confidence levels with those things as well in some way. So that's nice, and by putting energy into those 12th house things, you'll naturally gain that vitality and healing energy. Now, in terms of the sun, there's definitely this, again, passion with the 11th house matters, turning up to the North Node. Again, getting involved with friends over the weekend, a great idea. And also expressing your ideals, again, definitely with relationships. You know, express yourself with relationships. I can't stress that enough for the weekend. It'll definitely assist you in your overall life path process. So it might be a good, might be a good time to, definitely get involved with groups, I would say, or with your friends of the weekend. Now, Venus going over Neptune is, while that's taking place, whatever it is you're doing over the weekend is having this presence and peace in what you're doing in that process. Very creative energy as well for those of you involved with anything spiritually creative right now at the moment. Definitely a really good time to allow that creative energy to come forward, and just overall having this sort of selflessness, this other orientedness in our relationships in general. And for you, it's with very easily flowing right now in that 12th house of just having this peace and presence in your relationships, especially over the weekend. All right, Pisces, well, I hope you guys have a great time. I want to thank you all very much for all of your support, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.